Welcome to the War Report. My name is Quan. On the War Report, we discuss WWE NXT as well as AEW Dynamite and any other news that's going around that we want to talk about. Cyrus still on vacation, but important news: he will be back next week with a special guest. I will not be here because next week is my child's 13th birthday, so I will be celebrating with her. It's
Look
a
at that, man.
big accomplishment. Big. I'm very excited about that. I'm very proud of her and all that stuff. But not about her. It's about wrestling. It's about our guest this week. If the War Report was, pardon the interruption, and me and Cyrus were like Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon, this guy would be like the Dan Le Batard or like the Bob Levy at this point. He's been on the show enough. He definitely has broken the record for most times on the show. I'm pretty sure at like three or four times at this point.
I think it's about 3 or 4 times now. At this moment, at times it feels like it's like break glass in case of emergency. Whenever you guys need.
I'll be honest. This week, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This week you were break glass in case of emergency because I'm gonna keep it a stack. I completely forgot to ask somebody to do the show with me. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, I don't have anybody to do the show with. And I totally forgot. And I was like, let me hit up Chris. And thankfully, I appreciate that you came out. You spent your Wednesday watching this episode of Dynamite.
Oh.
And, you know,
man,
all the stuff that's going on.
I'm just happy to be a part of the show and always able to assist a brother out, man. You know, after all the time that we know each other. And be able to just talk some wrestling. You know, even if it's stuff that I'm just not interested in, like this episode of Dynamite, it was something. But I'm looking forward to getting through it.
Yeah, man. Also, let me formally introduce you. This is Chris Mack. If y'all don't know, Chris.
Yeah. Hi, y'all.
I've known Chris for.
It's going on damn near 20 years. Feels like 20 years, about 15 now.
Probably about 15 years.
16 years.
The forum days. I don't even know which forum, but some wrestling.
It was like 3 of them. It was like 3 different wrestling forums.
Some wrestling forum back in the day when in my high school year when I was just talking about wrestling online with strangers and now.
That shit molded us, man. Like that was the real trenches. There, not the shit that you see here on Twitter. And,
no, the forum was the different is a different beast on the forums, man. But yeah, man, that's one of the more beautiful things about just the internet wrestling community in general is the people I've just met over the years and just the relationships you built just off a common thing like wrestling. And it can be people that you don't even have nothing else really in common with outside of just that wrestling. I remember I had a coworker back when I was like in my early 20s. This guy was like complete opposite of me, in a like classic rock and like wore like dad jeans. And this, I'm 21, being a 21-year-old me and how I was acting, but we had such a common bond in wrestling. That's all we talked about. Like my favorite coworker, or shit, even me and Cyrus. To be honest with you, Cyrus, that's my guy, but we don't have a lot in common. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
We don't have like the most things in common. We don't listen to the same music.
Too, man. So,
and plus Cyrus a little bit younger than me. So like, but we had that common bond in wrestling, and with Cyrus is cool because he's newer to watching wrestling, so he looks at wrestling from a different perspective than say someone like you and I who've been watching wrestling for decades at this point. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of the cooler dynamics of this show. But sometimes it's also cool to talk to someone like you, who I know knows wrestling just more than I do for sure. At least more. You have a more diverse palette of wrestling compared to what I watch.
Yeah, I pretty much I forgot more than I know already because I've watched so much over the years. It's toned down now. Responsibilities in adulthood getting to me. But yeah, I'm doing more observing as far as talking about it or watching a whole lot of it. But I'm looking forward to whatever New Japan got going on for Wrestle Kingdom. That show looks pretty cool.
I haven't even looked. I have not watched wrestling.
So long, but it's been so long watching stuff in Japan because the crowds don't cheer and shit anymore. But
are they still not cheering? I thought they were cheering now.
Yeah,
not cheering?
I think the New Beginning show after Wrestle Kingdom, weirdly enough, will be the first show where they'll actually have a live cheering crowd. Which I'm like, why would you not just do that for Wrestle Kingdom? I'm like, shit, man, this pandemic's gonna be here forever, man. Might as well just get this thing going.
And it's 3 nights this year, right? I mean, next year, 3 nights.
No, it's back to being one night.
Oh, like, good, thank God.
But it's a series though. It's a series to show, so it's one night, January the 4th. Then you have New Year's Dash on January the 5th. And I believe they have a second Wrestle Kingdom show later in the month. You know, so they spaced it out, but you know, at least you know January the 4th is on its own again, which is great. You know.
All right. Well, I mean, I might watch it. I don't know. I haven't watched New Japan in a long time.
It's 2 January the 4th shows, though. That's the thing. There's one for Noah and one for New Japan. And that's the Great Muta retirement show. So against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Damn. I might watch that one. Yeah, I like Great Muta. I haven't watched the Great Muta match in a long time. I know he was recently GHC champion for a little bit. So yeah. I want to see if he can still go. Hell of a career. But speaking of careers, let's just get in the trenches real quick. Another wrestler who's had a hell of a career, William Regal. He's been in the news recently about the status of his contract. We've read differing reports. We've in this episode of Dynamite didn't help the rumors. It might have added to it, but William Regal. Initially, they were saying maybe like he only signed a year contract and that he might be out of here soon. I don't know if Triple H got heard of that, and then he tried to stoke the flame with a little video he posted.
That video, I was like, "What the hell?" When I saw that, he dropped that video like 15 minutes before air date.
Right before the show, he was like, "Well, like tonight, if anybody who didn't see the video, Triple H posted a video of like a little compilation clip of William Regal doing, you know, the War Games thing that he does, and the flame got stoked a little bit more. So then, you know, we have a possibility. Do we see Regal going back to WWE? I know he has a very close relationship with Triple H and WWE, and you know, of course, his son's there as well.
Yeah.
But then recently, I believe it's either Meltzer or Alvarez. I should have looked it up, but one of them said the contract's a little bit longer than that, and they don't think he'd leave anytime soon. I don't know. I don't want to do contract gate with William Regal.
I don't do the contract gate either, but it's always funny that when it feels like someone's on the verge of leaving, there's news that leaks out from either Meltzer or even Tony Khan himself that say that, oh no, I got him on a 5-year deal or a 3-year deal, or he still got another couple of years left before it expires. When initially when they come on, it looks like it's going to be short term to begin with, especially in Regal's case, because he doesn't work anymore. He doesn't wrestle.
Yeah,
so
I don't.
Not much you can do with him in a non-wrestling aspect. You're not going to make him an authority figure.
Yeah, I can't see Regal. I mean, I don't know that man's business or his financials, but I can't see him signing that long of a deal. Like you said, what can he really do? I don't know his backstage role. As far as I know, I think he's only an on-screen character. I'm sure like he's a mentor to guys back there, but I don't think he has any like producer roles or executive roles that I've seen so far. So, I mean, shoot, if he stays, get that bag. You know, I'm sure it's a nice little easy paycheck. But if he wants to go back to WWE, I wouldn't be shocked. I think he probably would be Triple H's right-hand man or close to it at this point if he were to go back to WWE. So we'll see about that as far as Regal goes. More ambiguity within contract status and all this other stuff. Stokely Hathaway was on the sessions with Renee Paquette recently. I haven't listened to the actual. I don't think I've ever listened to her podcast before.
I haven't. I haven't listened to it when it was called. It was called something even wilder than that back then.
Oral Sessions.
Sessions.
That's a wild. That's a wild podcast name. Wait, Stokely Hathaway was on there. He was talking about kind of what the plans were going to be after All Out, as far as what the firm was going to do. He said, this is the quote, he said, "Everything was supposed to happen with the firm did not happen. I think if people look back at All Out and what happened immediately after the pay-per-view, that's a huge part of it, you know? who we were going to supposedly to directly feud with, is no longer in the company, and that was one thing I was looking forward to. I don't know the specifics, like people are choosing sides or whatever. I just know for me, the fact that CM Punk said, "Hey, I want to work with this guy," that holds a lot of weight, and it means a lot regardless of what has happened. So I mean, to me, that kind of sounds like a confirmation that Punk is gone. We had not gotten any confirmation that Punk is not with the company. It's assumed. I've heard rumors and other innuendo about Punk not
gone,
coming
man.
back. Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. I mean, we've seen 3 weeks of television to know that he's gone at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what the firm goes, like we didn't barely even know what this stable really is about. Like as you said before last week, man, we haven't seen Big Cass, W Morrissey. Like he's been a non-factor. We don't know what's going on with the Gunn brothers. I think Ethan Page is the only one that's really getting a push, as we've seen from this week, and it feels like a nothing stable. Like MJF treated it as such.
Yeah, I mean, like it got treated as such literally the day after, so it kind of became a non-factor. It is unfortunately that they didn't get to actually let the stable come to fruition and really become something. If that was going to be Bobby Heenan versus Hulk Hogan of AEW as the firm versus Punk of the AEW, that would have been interesting possibly, but it sucks. But unfortunately, that means you have to pivot from All Out for the firm, and I feel like the MJF stuff was kind of murky, like the kind of fake face turn, and they turned on the fake heel. I don't know. It's all a big mess. But the firm just feels like a bunch of guys. There's no real cohesion. They're just I don't think there's been a time where we've seen all of them together, except maybe
they're not really that over. Other than Stokely.
Nobody cares. I'm not even 100% sure if Stokely's over as he should be. In a situation like this. It's unfortunate, but I don't know what they do with
man. That's how it is with most of the stables and groups they have there. Like even that we just seen Ari Daivari get destroyed, and he used to be in this little group of Slim J and the former Harlan.
Parker Bordeaux.
Parker Bordeaux. I'm like, and he's not even being they're not even being treated as like something that's major. This is normally what it is when it comes to stables in AEW. Like they never really get time to develop or to really gain a connection with the audience, and then they're just secondary, or to their television product.
Unless they're doing it on Dark, but I don't watch Dark anymore, so couldn't tell you what's going on over there. But clearly there's something going on, because I don't know what the hell Matt Hardy has to do with the firm. Well, I don't know where that came from. I was like, why is he out here?
Yeah, apparently private party. I think the Gunn brothers beat them, and they're now part of they own their contracts or whatever.
What? Why did private party not have? Why did private party sign to everybody?
Why does private party get multiple 360 deals, man?
Yeah,
I'm like, why can't they just be their own people at this time? This is it's a lot, man. I like managers here and there, but there might be too many damn managers or people that just have no reason to be alongside the other actor, other product.
Do you think at some point AEW either needs to A, downsize this roster a little bit, or B, split the rosters into 2 shows?
What show? What's the secondary show?
I don't know. Figure something out.
They definitely have to downsize, but there's the outright fear, interpretation of letting someone go, and they end up going either back to WWE or flourishing elsewhere, like even on Impact. And Tony's looking like a damn fool, which he already is right now, spending all this money on the Blackpool Combat Club, and they're not really doing anything.
They're pretty much dead. I think Blackpool Combat Club is pretty much dead. It's a soft dead. It's a soft breakup, but I think they're pretty much dead at this point. This feels very NWO. I'm not NWO. DX 2000, early 2000 when they were kind of together, but they wasn't really together.
It's like NWO Silver and Black, man, with Jeff Jarrett and the Harris brothers.
I guess. Speaking of stables, did you watch Survivor Series at all?
Oh yeah, I did, man. Yeah, I really like the show. I thought it was a fantastic show, personally. It's like everyone leans towards either good or not great, but I thought it was just great. I enjoyed the War Games matches. The women's match is cool. They got their shit in. Becky did her thing, but of course the men's match, that was they blew it out the water with the story there, with Roman, testing, the metal of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, making them go through hell in order to team up one other than Sammy. Finally, you know, pledging his loyalty to the bloodline and essentially turning on his best friend. He's the one that actually struck first because Kevin was always the one that always turned on him, and it was able to give Jay that pin. I thought that was a cool match. The triple threat was great, fantastic. Like, man, Seth Rollins, man, he's been on a tear. Like, he's been awesome, man.
Is he MVP? Is he MVP this year?
I would say that. What's funny, because I've always seen, like, there was a time, after he had that knee injury when he was undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and it kind of messed him up for a bit. Like, he was still having, he lost his confidence. Matches. Yeah, he was still having good matches, but he wasn't really confident per se. He was still developing his personality. I didn't know what to really think, long term for him, as a main event star. But man, like, he finally dug into his niche as the revolutionary, the visionary, and this is a character that he could go with for the rest of his career. And we've seen it now. Like, people love him.
Yeah, I think
he's not necessarily a babyface. He's more or less a tweener now.
That's what I was gonna say. That he had such a good character where, like, it can be heel or it can be face, and he doesn't really have to change his character that drastically. He can just tweak it a little bit, and it can work.
The same thing applies to Roman with the Tribal Chief persona. It's like they,
absolutely,
10 years in with the Shield, like, even with Jon Moxley, like, all of them have now developed unique personality and character that is going to be more defining to them now as they were when they were in the Shield. And so whenever that day comes, because it will come when they reunite, it's going to be fucking fire.
That's going to be so. Do you think Moxley will come back?
Man, he probably will, man. He even with this, like, mega deal that he has with AEW, it's like, he's likely going to return just to do the Shield thing just one more time, or at least the Hall of Fame speech.
I must say, because I don't know how long Roman has left. I don't think Roman's.
Roman.
I think by like low key by like September next year, I wouldn't be shocked if he was done after SummerSlam. I don't know what his contract status is.
He signed a pretty long deal himself. But,
did he? Did he recently sign a deal?
Yeah, he signed a long deal, but he's working less dates, so I understand, like, he's probably going to do more part-time stuff.
Yeah, he about to be on that Brock deal real soon. Yeah, as far as how I felt about Survivor Series, I thought I'll just briefly go through the matches. The women's War Games, I thought a little sloppy, a little messy, but that's fine because it's War Game. I'm not like super critical of that. I thought it was really long. It was extremely long. But I thought this was the Becky show. This was for Becky. They got all the crazy spots out the way. Did enjoy the difference between the two War Game matches. Yeah. The first one was like a car crash. Like, we're just going to go all out, balls to the wall, weapons, jumping off the cage, this and that. And then the main event one was, like you said, was more of a story driven. And I think that's why I appreciated the men's one a little bit more than the women's one, because there was a thread throughout it. So even the first half of the match, or the pre-fighting before, there was a thread to it. So it didn't feel as just like we're going to this move to this move to this move to this move, and you did no pins or anything, which was Mills' argument about why he doesn't really like War Games matches. And then this one, at least there's a thread. So like you said, there's a story of Roman testing Sammy and Jay, see if they can be compatible, and then all this, he's playing the coach, this and that, and I thought that was really cool. I thought the finish was fun. I really enjoyed it. AJ versus Finn, cool little match. I'm happy AJ got a pay-per-view win. He's definitely starting to slow down a little bit, but that's fine. He's like man. 50 years old.
All right, I did my. It was a professional wrestling match. That's why I saw it.
Professional wrestling match.
It was good.
Ronda versus Shotzi. I have been very critical of Shotzi for a little while now. I think she needs to step it up. Like I said, ever since she's been on the main roster, she got to keep up with the big girls now. She can't hide behind whatever NXT she was doing NXT. She has to step it up. I don't think this was Ronda's best effort that night on Saturday either. I think people, the spot kind of went viral of her not really taking an apron DDT.
Yeah.
I feel it. I wouldn't take that move either.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that match wasn't really for me. Also, I don't know why they brought Brian Kendrick back. We did no need for Brian Kendrick.
Not at all.
That's a choice. So sometimes Triple H be at like some real questionable choices about who he keeps around in that damn company in NXT and now on the main roster. I'm like, yo, you sure we need Brian Kendrick, man?
Hey, if he's not bringing back Drake Warts, it's a referee, then
I wouldn't be shocked at this point.
He brings back the younger man, they definitely have some questions for sure.
Did I miss a match? Oh, was there another match?
That was it.
Oh, the triple threat, which I thought was great. You know what I did? I hyped it in my brain too much. In my eyes, I was like, yo, this is gonna be Royal Rumble. I think it was 2015 when it was Seth versus Brock versus Cena. It gave me Seth Brock Cena vibe where I thought, oh, this match low key might steal the show and it might be the best match of the night. It was the second best.
Yeah.
It wasn't better than Men's War Games. It was pretty good, but I feel like it's not going to be like remembered the same way that Royal Rumble triple threat match was, or even the Fastlane triple threat between Mustafa, Kevin Owens, and Bryan Danielson, which I think is very underrated. People do not talk about that match, and they really should because it's great. But
I don't think it would. I don't think that will be a match to remember, even though it's a great match. But essentially that falls into line with like Seth having this great year in ring. Yeah. But in hindsight, I was like, damn, I'm gonna remember some of these matches unless Austin Theory really pops off. Like,
yeah, Theory's impressed me. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't sure with Theory. I wasn't seeing the vision that everybody else was seeing. Well, at least everybody in the company was seeing. And I was like, I don't know if I see the vision with this guy. I really don't. But I think this transition has really helped. His character has really helped him get over. And at least with me, and it seems like the crowd's really into it too. They're over the selfie stuff. They're over all the bullshit.
Grew a beard.
The heel beard works, bro. It really does work. It gives a more menacing look. My other takeaway from Survivor Series is, I'm sorry, man. I like the 5v5 or 4v4 elimination tags. I
thought they should have did one for the pre-show. That would have been cool.
That's what I was like. They could. You telling me you couldn't get New Day and like Hit Row versus like Legato and Imperium or something like that?
Just for the pre-show, man.
You couldn't give me one 5v5 or one 4v4. I felt like that was. When I think Survivor Series, at least give me one. Give me one of those elimination tags. They could have squeezed that in the show. I don't know. They could have you could have cut off 10 minutes from the women's fucking War Games match and give me a little, give me a little 4v4. That women's War Game match was long. How long was that? It had to be like an hour.
Well, both matches were 40 minutes. Like
40?
As far as bell time goes, they were both 40 minutes.
Okay, because the women's one felt like an hour.
Yeah, but it definitely read the first entire hour though.
All right. You got any other thoughts on Survivor Series before we transition on to the shows?
No, man. I'm just like the POEs that WWE's been producing now in the Hunter era. They've been really good, or just street like from top to bottom, like start to finish, enjoyable to watch. Man, they're really good cards. I'm interested in seeing what goes on for Royal Rumble, and if they do end up putting like a surprise POE out of nowhere between now and that event, it would be crazy.
You think they go to Puerto Rico?
The Puerto Rico, man.
Yo, what if they get if Bad Bunny's tour over? Can they get him in the main? If they get him in a main event at the Puerto Rico pay-per-view,
or at least on the show, man. Like
I feel like you main event him. You would put it's like him and like fucking Rey Mysterio versus like I don't know, Finn and Dom or something. I don't know. I think you put if you're in Puerto Rico and Bad Bunny's available and he's willing to do it, you main event that. That's the main event. That's the selling show. Because I would assume Roman probably wouldn't be doing. Actually, shit, Roman might be there too. Fuck it. Maybe he wants a vacation in Puerto Rico too. But yeah, that would be really interesting. I wouldn't even be mad to do like a Raw in Puerto Rico. Like, that'd be fun too. Like remember when they were doing
something, man. Yeah, like a Raw Puerto Rico. Like I would love to see them go back to Japan one day for.
I've been asking for Raw Japan for so long. I wish they.
Man.
They might do that. I hope they do that again. Raw Japan would be fun again. But usually we do AEW first. I want to do NXT first. We never do NXT.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Let's start on a good note.
Let's have it at NXT. Deadline coming up soon. Very soon. We have the Iron Survivor challenges, and one of the main threats throughout the episode is Shawn Michaels with his Hall of Fame colleagues Alundra Blaze, Molly Holly, Road Dogg, and Sean Waltman. Basically, the guys who were just hanging out backstage anyway.
Yeah, his squad. Yeah,
they were already there. Might as well. They had damn near a college game day panel discussing the rankings and who they wanted to put in Iron Survivor challenges. They went really extensively into a lot of the guys, highlighting, everybody's strengths and weaknesses. I thought it was interesting. I felt like it was a little long. I think they were running a little long with these, but I wasn't like super mad at it because it was interesting. It's something we don't normally see on the show. I feel like if I was in the crowd, I would have been annoyed. Like, this is going way too long. Let's wrap this up. How do you feel about the little? Cool. How do you feel about the little panels?
I thought it was cool, very interesting. It felt in some ways it kind of felt organic, especially with the interactions between with Road Dogg and X-Pac, talking about their back in their day and whatnot, and Molly Holly describing Roxy's run coming up early in the stage while trying to see if she could be selected for the Iron Survivor match, and they'd just be able to just highlight the main talent that were really running shit throughout this last year in NXT. And it's cool. I feel like they should do that some more, like especially like they should do it again come like when the Mania takeover happens. And they just highlight the certain matches, or at least bring someone in to talk with Sean about this certain match or this particular superstar that's coming up going into it. I thought it was dope. And I like how they made selections leading up into the wild card match. Going for next week.
So the participants for the women's match, as so far announced, has been Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, and there will be a wild card match to determine the last participant between Wendy Chu, Fallon Henley, or Indy Hartwell. And I think those names really highlight for me how deep their women's division is. I think this episode of NXT really showed that. There's a lot of women's matches a lot of women on the show in general. Yeah, but this is a deep, because I think any of the three women in the wild card can fit in this match perfectly fine. I honestly don't know who they're going to pick. Like, who do you have a choice? Who's going to join up with the rest of the Iron Survivor? Let me see. Okay, so there's Zoe, Cora, and Kiana. There's three heels, so I'm assuming he's going to be a face. Heels. So I don't think it'll be Indy. So it'll either be Fallon or Wendy. I think I could see Indy. I could see, but it could be Indy because she's feuding with Roxanne.
But I could see Fallon doing it because she's feuding with Kiana.
It could be Fallon as well.
She did take that L to her. She did take the L this week. But I feel like it will be a new opportunity for her as well. But and when we've seen Wendy also, in that title picture before, it's quite a toss up.
And Wendy's feuding with Cora, so it could be any of those. I really don't know who that could. That's pretty interesting. That should be a really interesting match. Now I'm more excited about it. That I thought about it. Who's your pick? I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna say Fallon.
I got Fallon. I have Fallon. She's been improving a lot.
I like
over the past few weeks, and I'm just cool to see her take the next step. See what she can do in in a major setting, because we've seen what Indy and Wendy have done, you know, in previous times. You know, this would be a good opportunity for her to really showcase herself. So I'm going with Fallon there.
All right. As far as the men's card, we have Joe Gacy, Grayson Waller, JD McDonough, Carmelo Hayes, and the wild cards are King Von Wagner, Andre Chase, or Axiom.
Man, you know I'm going for the Chase U, man.
I think Chase deserves it. I felt like they should have put him in the ladder match. So I think because he wasn't in the ladder match, put him in this match.
Yeah, put him in the Iron Survivor and let him have like the final pinfall within the last few minutes. It gets taken from him.
That'd be interesting. That would be really interesting. I think he's really good at getting that sympathetic heat too, because the crowd's really behind him. I think that would really work. Let me. So this one, so far, is all heels.
Yeah, that's all heels. So yeah,
Carmelo's a heel, JD's a heel. Yeah, you might as well get
the biggest space in that match.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Vaughn. It could be Axiom, but I don't think so. I think they're gonna go Andre Chase, and that should be interesting. That could be a really interesting match. There's 4 heels, I guess. Also, all these guys have all pretty much gone against Braun at this point. I think Waller's wrestled Braun. Possibly. He has not wrestled Braun?
He faced him in like non-title settings.
Okay.
In the past, but I don't think he's facing for the
title. No, Melo hasn't either. What am I talking about? So I guess
Melo as well. So I feel all signs point to Melo.
I feel like Melo should probably win this. We might as well just get this out the way. Let's finally do Braun versus Melo. Get it over with. Enough is enough. Enough trying to split these two apart. They've done a good job for a year, but all right, we don't want Melo anywhere near the North American belt anymore. Please, I'm begging. So let's just put him and Braun, get this over with. Wouldn't he be mad if Carmelo won that belt and Braun had to chase it again? Because at this point, not much.
Like, you know, at this point, yeah, they both did a lot.
Yeah, they both did
a year and years and change. So it's like it's either you move on from one or the other. Once you get to this point,
I hate doing that with NXT because every time I say that, I say, "Oh, these two guys or girls are wrestling. One of them moving on when they lose, and then fucking Alba Fire is still on the fucking show."
Alba's still there.
Because I could have sworn this could be Alba Fire's last day of match in NXT, and clearly it's not. So whatever,
here, bro. And she got 2 more of her girls from the UK coming through, so now she's gonna probably be there even longer.
Oh my goodness. So those are the Iron Survivor Challenge. What the hell is this match called? Iron Survivor Challenge.
Iron Survivor Challenge. Just like the
Challengers.
Rebel and King in the Mountain combined in one.
It's all kinds of weird shit. This is convoluted. That's too much. So we start off the show with Roxanne versus Indy Hartwell.
Fun little match, sure.
Yeah, I've also been very critical of Indy over these last few months. I felt like she kind of regressed, and she wasn't where she was when she was with The Way. And I still think she's still trying to find herself. I like this match. My nitpick at this match was that it was kind of slow to start. I know like it's supposed to be methodical, but it was a little bit too methodical. Like this was like, damn. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Let's put some little a little pep in your step a little bit. But yeah, Indy really just worked Roxanne for a little while. Then Roxanne had the fiery babyface comeback. It's real basic, psychology, but it works.
The kids were working that day. Yeah. They were just all working.
It was working. And I thought this was a solid TV match. It was probably one of the better efforts I've seen from Indy in a long time, probably since she was on UK. So, yeah, man, that was a good match. I'm really a big fan of Roxanne. I think she's just it's incredible that she's only 21? Is she even 21 yet?
I think
she's 21. Okay, she's 21.
She is 21 now.
She just turned 21 like a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, wow. So like this, she's only gonna get better, and I think she's already one of the best women's workers in NXT already. So that's saying something.
She's like a young Jude Bellingham for all the soccer references out there. It's only going to get better. Yeah.
You lost me on that one. I don't know who the hell you're talking about. Next up, Dijak makes his debut match against my guy Dante Chen, who I ain't seen.
Man, I'm glad Dante's back, man. Like
Dante back.
He's back, but he's back to chopping, man. But Dijak looking like the Terminator now.
That boy out here back in the blue
the super tan is the super orange tan is J5 said.
Yeah, you can't do the super orange tan when there's also orange lights going into the ring on NXT. He looks crazy out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I guess this is the 2022 version of Big Boss Man or something. I'm not really sure what his character is. I guess he's just like either a cop or like a cop. He's like the Punisher, except like not as I think it's violent. I guess. I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. He looked good. I mean, we've seen T-Bar, Dijakovic, whatever you want to call him, wrestle a gajillion times. He's always been a good worker, so I'm not shocked by this. I think this is a good addition for the men's roster.
He's challenging everyone, so everyone should be keeping their head on the swivel. I'm surprised he isn't like trying to barge his way into the Iron Survivor match.
I don't think they want to lose it early unless he wins. But I feel like maybe that might be a match where it's okay if you lose it because like it's kind of a lot of shit going on. I don't know. Speaking of returns, Axiom returned from his injury to wrestle big body Javier Bernal. You know what? He growing on me, man.
For the last month, I was like, yo, man, he should be getting his bags ready because I was like, this character, I don't think it's going to be working. But thank you for McKenzie coming through and saving the day and being able to bounce off of each other. And it's getting his character over. He started, and he's not bad in the ring. Like his match is pretty decent.
Not bad at all.
Pretty solid match there. He's fine for what he is, but I think the character itself, I don't know if it has a lot of legs in the long run, but as far as his setting here at NXT, he's going to do all right.
What is his character? Is he like a liar?
He's narcissistic.
Gimmick.
He's a narcissist. That caps a lot. Yeah, and he's wearing shitty cologne. Shitty smelling cologne. So
that BBC cologne is wild. They gotta cut that out. What the hell? What's wrong with niggas, bro?
It's my BBC. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all nasty. Next up, a random match where I wasn't really expecting this to happen. My NXT MVP at this point, JD McDonough wrestled Julius Creed in it's Julius Creed and David Dunn. It's a good match.
It was good, but it was definitely no one was going to lose this match for storyline purposes here.
I think Julius Creed could have took a loss. I don't really think him losing singles matches at this point in the career really makes too much of a difference, in my opinion. I do think it's interesting that they really have been working a lot of singles matches and not so much Brutus.
I mean, I think people, they see what they see in Julius Creed, man.
It's hard not to see it. It's hard not to see this guy. It's clearly he's something special.
He's clearly he's very good in the ring already at an early place, but you just look at him and he screams superstar. Like I don't know, he added like 20 pounds of muscle since he came in into the performance center, and that he just has a stud written over him. So I'm not surprised if they're trying to hold him off. That might be the next big match when he's ready. After Braun and Miller are done. Get Creed and Braun going on.
I would love to see Julius Creed versus Braun. That'd be huge. That's hard hitting. That's what I want. Just two big boys, two freak athletes. Also, I know Braun not on this episode. He went to breakfast with Apollo. But I don't. Yeah,
it's a weird segment, man.
We'll get there. I'm gonna talk about it. That's really I don't understand that. We had a great match. Julius Creed goes for. I thought Julius Creed doing a little like sitting down to standing up position of a suplex. I think that's a really fun spot. That's really impressive. The match finishes with Sanga and Veer coming out to stop JD from potentially injuring Julius with a chair, and because they want them at 100%, no excuses. You know what? I respect that. I'm interested to see where they go.
JD. They spared him.
his ass out, as they should. I think that I'm interested where this year is going. I like I've said it multiple times already. I don't want them to be just generic monster heel, but this showed a little extra, wrinkle to their character.
They have direction now.
Yeah, they want like we want to do this the right. I guess it's almost not even a heel thing where they're like we want to, we want to fight you man up 1-on-1, like show we're the best tag team. So I don't even know if they're really heels. That wasn't. I mean, what they did on Tuesday wasn't really a heel thing.
I don't know, man. They almost like snapped the jobber in half.
Yeah,
in the ring. So, I mean, yeah, they're pretty much their heels at this point, but they have honor. It's good to have an honorable heel every now and then.
It's like an oxymoron, like an honorable.
I know.
That's why I'm so confused by it.
It's possible. We've seen it a few times before, in wrestling history. It's weird, but hey, redacted.
So a growing thread throughout the show was Toxic Attraction versus Casey and Katana and Nikita. Initially, the match was going to happen early in the show. Nikita gets attacked from behind by Zoe Stark. She takes out her knee. The match is allegedly canceled at first, and then they go backstage later on in the show. Nikita's like, "Yo, I'm good. I got this." And so the main event for the night was Toxic Attraction versus KC Squared and Nikita, and fun match, I guess.
Fun main event.
We've seen this kind of matchup already, well, at least as far as Casey and Katana against Toxic Attraction. Nikita's injury eventually becomes their downfall, and they take the L. And once again, Toxic Attraction ends the show on top per usual. These guys, this is becoming like a Triple H evolution reign at this point for Mandy. They're gonna not lose.
Hey, people were really getting on Nikita's case for that final spot in the match where she was attempting to go for a spin kick, which to be fair, it was weird as fuck with the way she tried to go for that kick, and you could audibly hear like a fan in the crowd laughing loud when that spot happened.
I missed it live. I don't remember that happening when I was watching it.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody tweet it like literally an hour ago. I was like, when did that happen? Yeah, that was pretty.
Like I was like, you couldn't just plant your leg. You got to just jump.
Yeah, I don't know what she was trying. You know what it reminded me of? Like when you like around like a little kid, like a little 5-year-old, and like watch this, and they do like a little 360 in the air. That's what she did, and I was like, okay. I mean, like in character wise, it makes sense. She does little spinning kicks. It just in execution, didn't look very good, but that's live TV, and she's learning. Yeah, developmental. I'm not gonna be on her ass about it. Just next time we'll know better. But that's what happened when you put people who've only been wrestling for 9 months out on TV. Shit like that's gonna happen. But besides that, I guess Mandy, I don't know.
Man, I've already said I don't get my hopes up for any challenger going up against Mandy now. Like until it happens, I'm like I will not be shocked when she retains at this point. Like she rid through the gauntlet of challengers. Over, when you beat Miku Satomura and Alpha Fire twice, and goddamn, there's a laundry list of names that she went through. I'm like, where else to go? Like we see Nikita looking like an end game, but I was like, at this point, are they really invested with her?
No, not anymore. I know that they don't care no more. They didn't even mention her in that little fucking video package about all the girls that could possibly be in the thing. They're like, they didn't even they didn't bring Nikita up. They're like, Nikita, okay.
It's like at this point, it's better off if Mandy is serious about coming up to the main roster, she just take care of her business first. Just vacate that shit like Asuka did. That's the only other reason.
They might have to. Let's tap into quick hits real quick. Grayson Waller versus Duke Hudson. I'm so happy they found something for Duke to do.
Yeah, man. I'm glad they finally faced each other after all this time.
Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, they are both
Australian.
Yeah, Australian
dickheads.
So yeah, I'm happy because I felt like after the weird what's Shorty's name? I forgot her name. Who was Indy's partner?
Her Steph. That's her name. Steph.
Yeah, her name's Stephanie. I don't know.
I
forgot where NXT.
Persia
Parada. Yeah, after that that terrible storyline was over, they really didn't have much for Duke to do. He was kind of like aimlessly trying to figure it out.
He was jobbing a lot.
Yeah, it was just really really weird spot where they didn't really know what to do with it. That's what I do appreciate about NXT. They'll let you figure it out. Like they did it with Wesley. They've done it with Duke. We're like, okay, we'll get you there. We'll figure it out. And I think putting him with Andre Chase is great. I love the whole dynamic of them, like everybody telling Andre, you can't trust this guy, you can't trust this guy, and Duke trying to prove himself. Then they can go two ways. They could make them a really fun babyface tag team, or they can make Duke Hudson be a snake and take out Andre Chase when the time is right. And I like that we don't know where this is going yet, but I'm here for the ride. I'm really interested to see where they go with Duke. As far as Grayson Waller goes, this is Grayson Waller being Grayson Waller.
Grayson is in the exact same. Even though he is winning matches and still being in orbit, he's floating around too right now.
He really is.
And I guess it's good that he's going to be in the Iron Survivor match. It'll give him something. But he gotta spin the wheels with him on something afterwards.
Low key. I say just call Grayson up.
Might as well.
Right.
I think bodies.
I think he's ready. NXT? This is my thing though. I feel like NXT got like 20 other niggas waiting to come up, like just sitting in the PC just waiting. They sign a new person every 2 weeks.
Man, Raw's tag division is so stinky right now. So they need some new bodies up there.
I mean, I know they had the rumors he was doing stuff with Ray. That'd be a weird combo. I don't know. I know. I'm pretty sure he was the buzzard, like the physical buzzard at what was it? Extreme Rules. I know that much. So we'll see. But yeah, Grayson. They got to figure it out. I do agree. What if he wins? He might win the damn thing. Who knows? Two women who are both, very much of impressing me. Kiana James and Fallon Henley had a pretty decent TV match for two women who I don't think have wrestled very long. No. I don't know if I'm not sure if Fallon might have been doing some wrestling before. I'm not 100% sure on her, but I know for a fact Kiana's like brand new to this, right?
Kiana, I think she's been in here about 6-7 months now.
Yeah, she looks good. She looks really.
I think she's been rapidly as much as we both love Lash Legend, especially as an individual, she's getting lapped quickly by some of these new girls here. And I don't know, it's looking bleak for my girl. Like Kiana has been like the gimmick. Yeah, I can agree with the gimmick. It's like it's very dated and weird.
It's very corny, weird.
Did they get rid of her assistant already?
I don't know. Did she even have a name? I don't even know who that lady was.
No, she didn't have a name. Like
you just.
I don't think she didn't have a name. We never even seen her, get posted a lot on IG. So
I don't know who that was.
But she's been good. She's been she's already getting run on the main roster, like doing main event episodes.
So as far as I see from Pro Wrestling Fandom, says her debut was September 11th, 2021. So it's only been a year.
A year. Wow.
So yeah, I mean, she looks pretty good out there but I know for a fact she's been getting the reps on like Level Up and stuff. She was working Level Up a lot.
And main event too. Like she's really she's
working
with Asuka. Yeah. So I think that's definitely been helping out being able to work with veterans as well.
That's awesome. Also I think Justin mentioned it last week about the house show loops now we're able to work house shows now and really get their stuff together, which kind of was really hurting them from the early class. When 2020 when 2.0 started.
When 2.0 started, it was rough for a lot of them out there. But they had to do the coconut loop again, man. And
which is nice. Which is always
be able to get them reps in and be able to work and develop and improve quickly. And now we're seeing the fruits of their labor.
So Kiana James defeats Fallon Henley. Did that mean she owns the bar now? Was that like a match for the bar?
I don't think they didn't bring it up.
Was that a match for custody of the bar?
unless we see a segment next week where she's taking up the paperwork
what if she comes up like a bulldozer and just runs it over? As she comes into the door, just like a bulldozer and takes it out. That storyline's so goofy. I'm not. It's such a Disney Channel movie.
I like the campiness of NXT. Like it's fun. Like these folks are essentially like just getting out of college, or really college age, and they're having these weird, goofy ass storylines. It's just what's to be expected.
This is the most Disney Channel movie I've ever seen in my life. Oh, the family restaurant getting taken over by the evil businesswoman who also wrestles. It's so silly. Speaking of silly, Braun and Apollo Crews have breakfast. Why? I don't know. Just chatting over, eggs and toast. I'm still I'm so confused. I say this every week. I'm so confused on what Apollo. What is this? What is his? Who is he? I don't get this.
Is he still supposed to be Luke Cage or something?
At one point, I thought he was Luke Cage, and then I don't know what this guy's about. He can see the future. He has visions. He can make people's eyes bleed.
Yeah. He has demon power. What the hell?
Yeah, like what is up with this guy? I don't understand any of this. None of this makes sense. I think it's stupid. They should just kept him Nigerian king, Prince, whatever the fuck he was. At least that made somewhat sense. I mean, not really, because he had a fake accent, but whatever. Like this is just like this is a situation where maybe finding yourself on TV might not be the best thing, because this guy is all over the place. I have not enjoyed Apollo's return to NXT at all. I think it's been just a mess, and I don't understand it. I'm sure the match will be fine.
All right, though.
The match is gonna be good.
Great.
I'll give him that. If anything, I think the matches will be fine. I think this match will be good. Braun and Apollo will have their match at Deadline. When is Deadline? 10th, okay. On the 10th. Okay.
Oh, it's next week. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh wow. Shit.
Yeah. So Cyrus and special guests will they'll do the prediction next week. Malik Blade versus King Von. He wants to get revenge over his torn sweater vest.
That kid called sweater vest, man.
That he got from his grandfather or his father. I forgot which one.
I think it was his pops.
It was dad. Yeah. You guys ass whooped.
yeah. Malik the Freak did not show out.
Malik the Freak did not show out. That boy got ass whooped by King Von, and then King Von beat up Idris. And then Odyssey Jones had to come out for the save. So Odyssey versus King Von could be I guess all right. I don't know.
That's why I see Andre winning this wild card match. I see Odyssey and the boys costing Vaughn that opportunity, and then you get Odyssey and Vaughn happening at Deadline or some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Or close
to
it.
Interesting. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's it for NXT. Oh wait, nope, I'm wrong. We almost forgot. Valkyrie, or what's
yeah.
What's her damn name?
Is she going by now?
Taya Valkyra. It's like a Harry Potter spell. Former Valkyrie of NXT UK. She's been injured for a very long, damn near, I want to say a year. I don't even think I put her on my spreadsheet this year. So I don't think she's wrestled all year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
I think I only remember the Mako match, and that probably wasn't even from this year.
She had not worked the match this year, so she was gone the whole year. I'm assuming she's not going to debut until probably late December, if anything. So what's her new name? Her new name is, I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, Taya Valkyra. All right. Thoughts on the name? Got anything?
No, man. I just need to see her work again because it's been so long. I mean, the little I've seen of her, she was pretty good.
But me and Cyrus talked very highly of her over the years.
Yeah, I don't know how long that injury, how that's going to bring enough rust on her or whatnot. But I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do. Same goes to Isla Dawn too. I don't know. You bringing the UK girls over here, and their gimmicks are even weirder than they were before.
I think they've lessened Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn was, like I told Justin, she was full on Undertaker.
She was a cult. Like
yeah, she
straight
was doing
up.
something else. She was like
She was doing
stealing people's
witchcraft.
hair. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Like all of that. Yeah, so they definitely did tone her down a bit. But
Also, I'm wrong. Her name was Lyra Valkyra.
Lyra Valkyra. Yeah, and she
Lyra
was speaking in
Valkyra.
some, I don't know, was she speaking in some like Gaelic type of what was that? That was pretty cool, but I was like, huh? I was listening to it.
I don't know. I'm happy to see her back though. I'll say that much. But yeah, that's NXT. Now, let's tap in to AEW Dynamite. All right, Dynamite. A lot less segments in NXT because a lot of these segments went a lot longer. We start off the show with Moxley coming out. He's agitated. He's annoyed. He comes out, cuts a promo saying how he's that dude, yada yada yada. He's never leaving. He needs to leave. He needs to go on vacation.
Yeah, man.
I never named tired. Like, yo, we supposed to have been going on vacation a month ago. Now you got me working somehow. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, Moxley's talking, and then to surprise everyone, Hangman comes out, which was great to see him back and looking and healthy. They play up on commentary that they don't know if he's cleared or not, but clearly he is cleared because he got physical with Moxley immediately, and they fight. They fight up the ramp. Moxley did a really funny tumble off the ramp. I don't know how that even happened. And then later on in the show, they go backstage. They're also still fighting. They fight their way out of the arena. They're both kicked out. So it looks like we're gonna go Hangman Moxley. I think this is a great idea to get Moxley away from the title for a little bit. And I think you have something right there where they already got beef. Let's work with it. So I was very cool with this segment. I thought this was a good idea for both people. And low key, I think they should have Hangman win this, and then hopefully Moxley gets some fucking time off. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. I don't know why he has not put his time in for vacation yet. Because he's been trying to carry this company for the better part of 6 months now, and Renee, I'm like, I know she's like annoyed that she's yet to go out to Spain or wherever, or be able to look at mountains or shit.
What do you think of John Moxley vacations like?
Going to the Grand Canyon? I don't know.
He definitely rock climbing or something. He gonna do something stupid.
Climb some rocks. Doing something like that. But hey, man, Hangman Patience, he's back from the dead. Like legit. There was a moment I forgot that he was like concussed from their title match.
Yeah, he's been kind of quiet. Yeah, I was wondering because at first I was like, why is he coming out right now? I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Moxley took him out.
Yeah, Moxley knocked him out, and now at least there's enough meat on the bones, at least going towards him, to try to settle their score. But after that, Paige should be heading directly back into the AEW title picture because he technically never really lost. It was a rest stoppage.
Now, I wouldn't be mad at MJF versus Hangman. That hasn't been done yet, right?
I always thought that was the end game a year ago.
It probably was.
Everything else happened.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to be too hard on Tony Khan because a lot of shit just be happening and be out of his control. I mean, the Punk stuff was kind of in his control because he let it get out of control. He let it get to that point without putting his foot down and say, "Hey, all y'all niggas cut it out. Elite, you cut it out. Punk, you cut it out." And then you got that. So, I don't feel bad. I take that back. I don't feel bad. He should have handled that. But in his injury, it just sucks. Kind of really messes up plans. But that's wrestling. That's gonna happen. Every company goes through it. Next up, we have a match that was good, but I don't really know why the match happened. Bryan Danielson versus Dax Harwood.
Yeah, I was watching the match, and I was liking what I was seeing.
Yeah,
but I was like, what's the end game here? It's only going to be another loss for Dax. That means nothing in the end. For the winner.
Why is Dax doing singles matches?
As multi-time tag champion.
Yeah, you have 3 tag. They don't put them in important tag matches, but they'll put them but they'll put Dax in a random match against Bryan Danielson. I don't understand why this match happened. As far as the match quality, it was great.
I mean, they actually have them avoiding or not being involved in the AEW tag title picture. The tag titles that supposed to matter in that company, the main ones. Yet, they're parading around with the ROH titles, the IWGP titles, which they're going to lose anyway. I don't know why they still have the AAA tag titles. They're barely on the fucking shows there as is, and they're just doing these shows. I don't think was Cash there.
Yeah, he came out with them. Cash. Well, at least he came. I think he came out for the entrance and then went in the back.
Okay, and then went in the back. There. All right.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, it makes no sense. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do, these guys, man.
Sometimes, like, I get it. This is what I be talking about when I think, like, I remember. Do you ever used to play like Extreme Warfare Revenge on your computer, like back in the day?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, man.
I genuinely think, I'm not even kidding, I think he books his matches off EWR. Like he just puts them in. Like, what's the coolest match I could do right now? Let's do that. Yeah. Let's put Dax and let's put Dax and Brian out there. See what happens. I'd like because sometimes
the emails be like, I would love to work with this guy.
Yeah, that's literally how I think he books his show sometimes. But and just like, yeah, I mean, this match was good, but it's just like, why are we doing this? I don't know, maybe it's just me being nitpicky, but sometimes I'm okay with matches like just having good matches, but at least attempt to give me a reason why these two guys are wrestling each other. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want a match just to have a match if there's no real story to it. Just two guys wrestling because they wrestle good. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see. I don't want to see, especially those two guys who should be doing more important things. Brian later on
gotta have some stakes towards it. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like they're going to be. It looks like Brian and MJF might be the direction that they're going. After today's episode,
I think so too.
That might be the Revolution match, but so I could see that win like playing a factor into it. But they should make note. The commentary is the commentary's job to make note of. One of these guys winning, it could probably lead them towards a title match down the line.
Exactly. And I don't think they ever did that. The commentary team was like drunk today. I don't know what was going on with them this week. They were a little off this week.
Tony Schiavone was in the master class of
doing a little bare minimum.
Housery. Yes, just doing a bare minimum and showing little to no emotion after the MJF segment.
Let's get to it. MJF.
What a segment it was.
So this segment started around 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. By the time it was over, it was about 9:15. I swear to God, this was the longest promo I've ever seen in my life. MJF comes out. Well, first Regal comes out. He introduces MJF. First thing he does is read the email or read a text that Regal sent to him after the firm jumped him. Explain what the reasoning that Regal was like, yo, I see what they're trying to do you. I don't like that. You don't need the dynamite ring. You need my brass knuckles. You need me. And then MJF was like, fuck this title. This title's ugly. We got a new title. And then proceeds to show us an even uglier title.
Burberry leather title.
It's the Burberry leather championship. So it's the ultimate baby shower gift.
He proceeded to talk in circles for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then we had an aimless 10-minute promo of him just talking and talking and talking about nothing for no reason. It's like they just had to. At one point, they were chanting "boring." I never thought I would see the day they would chant "boring" at MJF. This should be a lesson. Just because someone is a good talker, quote unquote, doesn't mean just throw him out there to talk for 15 minutes. This guy, I'm just like, yo, let's wrap it. Like, I'm like the gif of the dude, like the button, like it said, like wrap it up with the
the wrap it up box, man. Yeah, I needed to play it at max volume.
My Twitter timeline was literally just like a row of that gif over, like, yo, wrap this shit up. What are we talking about? Like, you could have cut at least like good 7 minutes off this promo and got to the point where we needed to get to, which was him attacking Regal after the promo, saying, "You should have never made a deal with the devil, Regal. I'm so evil," or whatever the fuck he said. At that point, I didn't care what he said anymore. I just wanted the segment to be over. I will say
this was 2 weeks after Regal on last week.
I will say I was shocked to see Regal take a bump. I don't think I've seen Regal take a bump in years. So that was interesting. They did the stretcher job, and the announcer did the real serious voice, and yeah. So that I don't know where Regal goes from here. I don't know if that's writing him off or if he comes back later on. He just come up and we'll see. Obviously, he's not gonna wrestle, so I don't know. But yeah, Brian,
they should keep him off TV for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I hope so. I would hope so. I would imagine they would. So yeah, and Brian came out afterwards very concerned about his second father, I guess, as they keep calling him, his mentor. So yeah, man, that wasn't a good segment. It finished strong, but the first 30 minutes of it
I was dozing off. Like,
yeah, it was literally okay. Yo, I was so tuned out. I was watching basketball at that point. I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Don't do that again, guys. MJF, I think MJF is a fine talker, but we don't need that from him. If he's gonna talk, I want him to have something of substance to talk about, not just rambling for 10 minutes. Let's see what else we got on there. And then we got our main event for the night: the Elite versus Death Triangle match 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I couldn't tell you what happened in this match. Not because I didn't watch it. There was just too much fucking shit going. I don't know what. There was so many things happening at once. I can't keep up. My brain is already. It's the end of the night. My brain is already fried. I'm like, yo, I can't. This is a lot. This is mad. I don't even recall seeing a tag in this match. There might have been.
It was towards the end, but even then, I was like, because the first 6 minutes of the match, they were doing sprint spots.
Yeah, straight up off the rip. We didn't get to see Death Triangle full entrance. They were fighting on the ramp, super kicks off the ramp, planchas, suicide dives.
It was like a crazy brawl, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" I know they're trying to differentiate.
Yeah, because you have to for seven
games. Well, I mean, if we would have known that it was a 7-match series, probably it would have been laid out better.
Why can't you like 5? They should have best of 5. Why did they do 7? They were really trying to go for that Booker and Benoit thing. 7 is too many wrestling matches in a row.
Even Booker and Benoit, like their second series was the best of 5. Like, because they know that best of 7 is too much.
It's too much.
And this match was a nothing burger for me. They tried to give it a little bit of a story with Pentagon wanting to use the hammer, but Phoenix, after using the hammer in the very first match, was like, no, we're not doing it this way. It caused some friction between them. It probably would have led to their loss here in this match. They were on the momentum throughout. They had their dives. They were doing all the big moves, and then Pac, with his face mask, apparently he has a broken nose. He always get injured every 2 months. He went to go for the red arrow or black arrow, and Matt Jackson put his knees up, and this is one of those it was a telegraph-ass spot because Pac took like 20 seconds to set up the move.
He always does though. He takes forever to do that damn move.
Yeah, and then he went the knees. His face hit the knees, and that was the match. Got him covered up for the pin, and now it's a 2-1 series at this point.
2-1 series. Yeah, this is my least favorite out of the 3 so far. I won't say it was bad. This is definitely not for me, but I mean, if you're in the cool spots and niggas just doing flips and stuff, this is definitely for you. We still have to do 3 more. We have to do 4 more of these, which is crazy.
Could they make another match? Could they add like some stipulations to?
That's where I think they should.
One of the matches be an elimination match. That would be interesting.
That'd be interesting. I think the final one should be like a ladder match. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. We got 4 more of these. I don't know how much more they can do. Thankfully, they're giving us a break next week. Thank you, Tony Khan,
for the goddamn Diamond Ring Battle Royal.
Yeah, so we're getting the Diamond Ring Battle Royal next week. Yeah, but these aren't for me. If this is for you, if this is your kind of style of wrestling you like, then you're loving this right now. For me personally, not my style. I like a little more structure in my wrestling matches. A little more selling. I will give them that. They have been trying to tell a story, but it's the Lucha Bros, man. They just do stuff.
They try to tell, but it's like it cracks in the story already. We have Phoenix using a hammer, in the first match to win. Yeah, he's trying to stop his brother from using it in the third. Like,
also, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy in this? I feel like it's kind of switched every week. It's switched every week. I don't know who's the heel, who's the faces. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic between these teams, but we got 4 more to go, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, buckle up.
Quick hits. Connecticut's own AR Fox wrestled Samoa Joe for the ROH television. No, I'm sorry, the TNT Championship actually. Cool little match. Joe looked good out there. This is the first singles Joe match in a minute, so he didn't look winded. I mean, he was a little winded, but it's fine. He's been wrestling for a long time.
It was also 6 minutes, so you know, it was actually that should be the length of matches Joe wrestle in a singles environment these days.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get eventual Samoa Joe Wardlow confrontation. Wardlow addressed him on the screen after the match, saying like, "This ain't your show. This is my shit. I'm getting my belt back, getting my baby back." So we'll see where that happens. Go ahead.
You see Wardlow being like completely cooled off at this point, because I was looking at him talk on the screen and like the crowd wasn't really reacting as much, other than just a Wardlow chant at the end.
Oh, he's damn near dead at this point. It's unfortunate. And no one to blame other than Tony Khan on this one. It's not Wardlow's fault. This is totally Tony Khan's fault. He shit the bed. As soon as he won that belt, he should have been main eventing the show every week. Yeah. If you're the TNT champion, especially if they should have had him in way higher profile situations. Yeah. Instead, they have him fucking feuding off the rip with Mark Sterling. For what? For like 3 months. It didn't make any sense. But
I would love to see it. He should be in the Hank Walker role right now. Head of NXT security.
Big ass. Ari Daivari wrestled Ricky Starks in a very brief match. It was literally like 10 seconds. I had an unpopular take. I mentioned this on Twitter today. I think Ricky Starks needs to bulk up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little muscle on him.
I think that even matters. Just a little bit. Just a little. Like Ricochet. Like Ricochet bulked up.
Yeah, we were talking about my mentions about the PC and how like a lot of guys before they came in they were really skinny. We're not skinny, but like slimmer, like kind of the body shape of Ricky Starks. And then they came in. If you go look at old El Generico matches and then go look at Sami Zayn when he first came to NXT. Yeah. Not now. But like when he got smaller now because of his injury or whatever. But when he first came to NXT, that dude was jacked. Like I was like, that's that's El Generico. He was ripped. The same with
He's still cut up now though, which is
good. Which is very injury really hurt him. And even same thing with like Seth Rollins. He was one of the slimmer guys, tall, lanky kind of guy, and then he came in and put a little muscle on. That WWE PC workout plan. I don't know what they got over there, what they be doing.
Yeah,
that should be working. But
all he needs is 3 months, man. Just 3 months.
I think Ricky Starks is fantastic. But I just, in my eyes, me looking at him, he didn't look like even MJF did it. MJF is huge right now. Like I haven't seen MJF this big in ever. So like I think if he really wants to reach that plateau, it's unfortunate. Wrestling is a looks business. It is what it is. It's always going to be that. No matter what you try to say, you have to have a certain kind of look to be that top guy. And I think if you put maybe a couple pounds of muscle on, the arms a little bit bigger, I think it will help him out.
It'll definitely give him a couple of looks, not even just from a main eventer standpoint. In AEW, but obviously, WWE be looking too, because again, it is still an image business, and if you're seeing there that he's putting in time on his body, getting himself in shape and to perform, at a higher level, that's definitely going to turn some heads.
What Booker T say? The airport test? Did he pass the airport test? If I saw Ricky Starks at the airport, another dude. That's another dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he gotta be brought. He got the build for it too. Just put on the muscle. He's good to go.
He'll be straight to go. I'm talking like I'm in shape. Look at me. I don't know.
Hobbs even got himself. Hobbs even.
Hobbs is ripped too.
Yeah. Speaking of Hobbs, man, you see that That vignette.
I didn't put a. See, you know, it's funny. It's really funny because like we were making fun of Apollo Crews, and then they literally did the same exact thing with this guy from. Nigga had them shook at the dice game. What? Why this guy? What, just walking by. Like, who's that guy? All right.
He's going to the Chinese restaurant. What the fuck? What's going on?
That was such a weird little vignette. Because it was like 30 seconds. I'm like, what was the point of that? And why are there to be continued on? Do we need that? Can we just put it all in one? I don't know.
Very Apollo Crews-esque. You know,
it felt very like after school special PSA type fucking. I don't know what that was about. It was really weird. You know, I don't know why in my mind, like I saw that. You know, that Smokey Robinson video, the gang banging one. That's what popped in my mind when I saw them playing the Dutch game. I don't know why, but that's the first thing I thought of. Great song, by the way. Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay. Willow gets a win. That's great.
Man. I was happy.
I think Willow she's extremely over. The fans really like her. I think she has a great look. She has a different look compared to everybody else in the company as far as the women go. And I think she's just really fun. I think she's a fine worker. I think Anna Jay has also improved a lot. I think she needs to be on. I kind of wish they got her away from Jericho Appreciation Society because I feel like it kind of makes her like feel really secondary. But I'd rather she just kind of be on her own. But I think she's also improved a lot. I think this match was a fine match. But the bigger story was post match. Ruby Soho returns after being injured by was it Ty Conti?
Yeah, Ty Conti.
A couple months back. So yeah, it's good to see her back. Ruby, I hope they put her back on TV. Don't have her on dark every week like they had previous.
She already crushed ties. Like she just hit her finisher on the floor, and that was it.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we see some more Ruby on TV. That'd be interesting. Jade Cargill looking fantastic tonight. She had her TBS championship celebration. She was just talking about kicking out what Shorty's name is. Who was the girl?
Kiera Hogan.
Kicked out Kiera Hogan.
Hey man, listen. What the hell did Jade got on with that bodysuit, man? It looked like she was about to go to the pink.
I don't know what.
I was like,
let me tell you,
something about her wearing those $sign bodysuits just don't.
It looks so tacky. It really does look tacky. She looked good though. You know what the crazy part is though? She is so fine that even the terrible outfit she wears, I don't even care. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. You can wear that terrible outfit. You look that good. When you have a body like that, you look like that. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. I'm not gonna question it.
Whatever. She was putting that shit on in some way.
Look, she got that shit on though. You feel me? So she's talking, and then out of nowhere, on the old Titantron, on the Tonytron, we get Mr. Bow Wow.
What the fuck was he doing? Hey, he was recording this video. I don't know what he had some shit playing in the background.
Yeah, mad noise in the background, mad unprofessional.
Video quality was like 240.
Bow Wow let Jade know that his busy schedule has been cleared up and he has time to pull up on her. So I think we're gonna extremely busy schedule Bow Wow has. He's gonna pull up on her, and I guess we're getting some kind of Jade Bow Wow feud. I don't know what this is about. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Are they gonna do a tag match? Is it gonna be Kiera Hogan and Bow Wow versus Jade and
Kiera like gonna be on Bow Wow's side or something?
Who Bow Wow got beef with? Who Bow Wow got beef with? Omarion? They beefing?
I think he's like on and off with Soulja Boy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's get Soulja Boy in there too. Fuck it. Soulja Boy and Jade versus Bow Wow and Kiera Hogan. Who says no? I don't. Yeah, man, that was Dynamite this week. I wasn't a big fan of this episode. Only thing I was really feeling was probably Brian, Dax, Willow. Anna Jay was cool.
One thing I did notice that there was no Jericho. If I'm to my knowledge, I don't remember seeing Jericho.
There was no Jericho this week. No Jericho at all. That's actually probably for the better. I did forget to mention a little backstage segment between Wheeler and Claudio against Jericho Appreciation Society. But yeah, no Chris Jericho this week, which is nice. No Saraya. We still haven't seen Saraya since their match. She will be on Rampage. We'll see. Not Tony Storm. What's Shorty's name? Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
That little backstage segment where she didn't really talk much. It seemed like they're planting the seeds for that, the jealousy of Britt Baker. She's not the champion anymore, and she still wants the attention. But we'll see. So we'll see where that goes. It seemed like that'd be the obvious direction for them to go. The eventual Jamie Hayter Britt Baker match.
Yeah.
The crowd's really behind Jamie, so I could see a face turn sooner than later. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Chris, first of all, I want to say thank you for joining me on short notice. I know you've had a long day.
Man, I've been grinding for 14 hours, man.
14 hours. I'm gonna release you from from your duties so you can go to sleep. But like I said,
get something going.
Like I said, I will not be here next week. Cyrus will be returning and make a triumphant return, just like Ruby Soho. And he will have a special guest with him. Chris, you have anything you want to plug before we go get out of here?
No, man, not too much. I mean, you can always check me out. Me and my homeboy Mo, we do a bi-weekly podcast called No Words Barred. You could go and we just be shooting the shit. We'll talk a little wrestling here and there, but we mainly be talking about sports, hip hop, other pop culture references, and just real life shit. So,
real quick, what was your Spotify top 5 or your Apple Music top 5? What do you have on there? What was yours?
So off the top of my head, if I can remember, I had Vince Staples is one, Freddie Gibbs, Tony Snow, Kendrick Lamar, and Regal in the name. Those are my top 5 as far as artists go. The songs, it's mainly the songs. It's like 3 songs I got off of Ramona Park, TYS from Freddie Gibbs, and Johnny P's Caddy, Benny Bush, and J. Cole. That was like my top 5 songs.
I love that song. That was a good song.
Yeah, that song's good. Like all that shit dope. I've listened to a whole lot. But those songs are I normally listen to. Beast Point Prayer with Vince Staples and Little Baby is my number 1. But 2 of those songs are like my alarm. So
oh really?
normally they will be playing. When I'm waking up, I'm just waking up, just have that shit play so I get myself going for the day.
You know what's so interesting? I feel like I don't know. They be lying on these damn like little like yearly wrap ups. I swear. Somehow Jay-Z was in my top 10 this year. I know for a fact I really wasn't bumping Jay-Z like that this year. I know. I'm like, how the hell Jay-Z in my top 10 listen to artists this year? I know I ain't bumped not one album from him all year that I can think of straight. So I don't know where that is. But my top albums were I would say I almost had no hip hop on there, but I did. Number 1 was Honestly Nevermind by Drake. Mm-hmm. I was a big fan. I know people.
I like that album.
I really like that album a lot, so I was a big fan of it.
I wasn't a big fan of Her Loss, but Honestly Nevermind. Like Her Loss is growing on me. Good, but that one I enjoy. I enjoy Drake. When he's a little bit more out of his comfort zone. Yeah. And doing just doing shit that it really is meant for dancing. But. Yeah, that joint was cool. What else you had, dog?
Her Loss is growing on me. My personal album of the year, Dawn FM, is number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, sneakily, I didn't think we could make it. Renaissance, Beyonce was number 3. Pink Panthers, To Hell With It was number 4. I thought that would be higher, actually. I thought I might listen to 2 albums. I listen to the album all the time. And Ramona Park, Broke My Heart was number 5. So the only hip hop album in my top 5 was Vince Staples. As far as songs go. Number 1 was Break It Off by Pink Panthers. That's my favorite song in general. Still, it's been a year. I still listen to it like every day. Surprisingly, number 2, Shmoney by Bobby Shmurda and Quavo and Roddy Rebel. That song is fire. I don't care what anybody said. That song is so fucking fire. And then Gasoline by The Weeknd, I Must Apologize by Pink Panthers, and Calling My Name by Drake. That's my top 5 for Apple Music. But yeah, man. That's Music Talk with Quan and Chris. If all Patreon listeners, you guys will get this on tomorrow, on Thursday. So Thursday night, Black Pod Connect, they will be doing the trivia on I believe it's on, I don't want to mess this up. I want to say it's on Black Announce Tables YouTube. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure Black Announce Tables YouTube. That guy Greg will be hosting the trivia. So please tap in tonight. Just check out any of our socials. Us Black, the Black Pod Connect socials, you'll find it. Please follow A Show. Please follow me at the Comeback Spot. You want people to know your Twitter?
Yeah. Rappers or actors is my Twitter. You probably seen it. You probably haven't. You probably have me blocked. Probably don't. But yeah, that's my Twitter handle. I'm mainly just gonna be tweeting about the World Cup this time. Because that's been my focus. But I'll also tweet music links and minor reviews that I'll have from anything I'm listening to lately.
Please follow us on Patreon as well. Shows out early. We got some end of the year content coming out real soon. We're actually recording it next week, so it should be fun. YouTube, we got the YouTube. Tap into the YouTube, A Show YouTube. We put clips from the shows. We need to put some more war report stuff on there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. Chris, thank you again.
Hey, no problem
for doing this, man.
Hey, thank you.
If you ever need me for anything, please don't hesitate to call. I'll be around.
I appreciate that, but I know you got a 13-year-old daughter to take care of, so I ain't gonna be
oh my god, a whole ass teenager,
crazy man.
Crazy.
Like I remember when she was like tiny, dog.
Me too, man. I was just telling her that the other day. I was like, I remember you were just like this small. Now you don't even answer my text messages half the time no more, man. Share my feelings. She used to call me every day. She don't even call me every day no more. I had to call her. It's the other way around. I don't like that. Whatever. Thank you guys for listening. Like I said, Cyrus will be back next week. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.